Sportsnet. Brought to you by the 2014 Honda CR-V. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Welcome to Rogers Center. The Blue Jays beat the Indians last night 5-4 as Terry Francona's team is in for a 3-game series. This will be the last time these two clubs face one another. The Indians actually out-hit the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays had one more run and came away winners. Take a look at the lineup. Michael Bourne, Nick Swisher, and then Michael Brantley. Career against the Blue Jays, 34 for 93. That's a 366 average. He was 0 for 4 last night. Blue Jays have quieted him so far in this series. The shortstop is Asdrubal Cabrera, who's a switch hitter in his last 6 games. He's been hot. 11 for his last 25 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 4 ribbies. He's one of the potent bats, batting in that 5th spot behind Carlos Santana, set to take on Dustin McGowan.
Dustin did not factor into the decision his last time out. He has been pitching better, but he just can't pitch long enough into the game to get a decision. He's had a no decision in 4 of his last 5 starts. He has made 3 starts versus the Indians in his career, but has not started against them since 2008. He needs to put guys away, pitch to contact just a little bit more, and keep that pitch count down.
Dustin McGowan will make his first start against Cleveland since 2008. This is his 8th start of the season. He has a 2-1 record, as Pat mentioned. Michael Bourne was 2 for 4 last night. He drove in a run. McGowan has the sign. He's set. First pitch of the ball game is in there for a strike, and we are underway.
I think that's a good pitch right there to get it started right there for McGowan. Establish that fastball early.
Fastball ran off the plate. McGowan's had a good fastball throughout his career. He's been able to throw the 2-seamer and the 4-seamer, and at one point he threw in the upper 90s.
But I think he would trade that 96, 98 miles an hour fastball for some shorter at bats. Pitch to contact a little bit more, go a little bit deeper in the game, have some quick resolution against these hitters.
Ball down and away. It's now 2-2. Pull that one off the inside corner. It's a full count. Nick Swisher is on deck. He drove in a pair last night. Here's the 3-2 pitch from McGowan. And missed. Michael Bourne strikes out. McGowan leans heavily on the fastball, but that was a changeup with a strikeout.
And he gets good movement on his pitches. Pitch usage for this year for McGowan, he'll use the fastball, a slider, changeup. Yeah, that changeup is outstanding. His 2-seamer has been very good. He gets great movement on it. That last pitch had great depth to it.
So Nick Swisher will step in. He's never had much success against Dustin McGowan. He's a 133 hitter, 2 for 15. There's a drive into right field. Bautista is there. Swisher goes after that first pitch. 2 down.
That's what you're looking for right there. He's got great movement on his pitches. So if he aims for the middle of the plate and let that breaking action on the pitch take it to the outside part of the plate, you'll have a lot of first pitch outs.
Michael Brantley, you mentioned his career 366 average against the Blue Jays. He's hit better against the Blue Jays than any other ball club. But last night he was 0 for 4, average at 278 for the season. Keep pouring that fastball in there. Still the best pitch in baseball.
Yeah, we talked about it at length last night about this team. Very patient at the plate. They have to work the count. Dustin's got to react to that with a lot of fastballs for strikes.
Changeup missed downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. McGowan last started against the Angels, opening up this homestand. He went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, just 2 runs.
We missed it earlier, so let's take a look at it one more time. Fastball, slider, changeup, and an occasional curveball from McGowan. That's what you will get from him. His changeup is outstanding. I think it really complements his fastball. He talked after his last start that the slider just wasn't there. He wasn't throwing it consistently for strikes. If he does that, he's dangerous.
Breaking ball, and Brantley gets a piece of it. McGowan opened up the Angels series that started on Friday night. He was matched up against Garrett Richards. Richards was good against the Jays. He did not factor in a decision as the Angels scored a run in the 9th. Changeup, missed down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blue Jays starters have been pretty good lately. Been able to keep the opponents at bay and pitch deeper into the ball games and giving the Blue Jays good opportunities to win. There's a drive into center. Kevin Pillar turned around. He gets there, makes the catch. Good inning for Dustin McGowan. 13 pitches, and he shuts down the Indians in order. Now the Blue Jays offense can go to work against Corey Kluber. Jose Reyes has been on a roll of late. He's got a 5-game hit streak. Big thing for Reyes. Look at the 9 runs scored. 5 games, 9 runs. That's exactly what you want from your leadoff man. Then down in the 7th spot, Brett Lawrie over his last 10 games has hit .421, 16 for 38, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs. Lawrie missed 6 games with a little bit of a hamstring problem, but he appears to be 100% now.
This is 27-year-old Corey Kluber getting ready for his 9th start of the season. Won his last start, 6 2/3 innings, allowed 2 runs with 9 strikeouts. When he beat the Rays down in Tampa, he really attacks hitters, throws lots of strikes. Look at his strikeout to walk ratio, 57-12.
Corey Kluber beat the Rays last time out, as Pat mentioned. That was his first win against the American League East. First pitch in there for a strike. Reyes, we mentioned his 5-game hit streak. He was 1 for 4 last night with his first triple in a Blue Jays uniform. He is the igniter. Boy, if you can get him on base on a regular basis in front of this potent lineup, you should score a ton of runs.
You know, and a triple is a very exciting play. You know, when you split the gap like he did last night, and You watch him run around the bases.
There's a liner to left. Brantley got a good read on it. Reyes hit it hard, but right to the left fielder.
This is the triple from last night off of Justin Masterson. His first triple since October of 2012. All the way to the wall. And with that great speed, he makes it into third base with a head first slider and no throw. That got the Blue Jays off and running last night.
He would come in to score quickly after that triple sac fly by Melky Cabrera. It was a game-tying run at the time. Melky Cabrera, he went 0 for 2 with that sacrifice fly, had an RBI and scored a run in last night's game. Cut fastball off the plate inside.
Kluber has a two-seamer. That is the pitch that has really taken him to new levels here in the big leagues. He's got the fastball, the slider, and the changeup, and he'll use his fastball a lot.
Wow, what a play by Santana. He reached to his left and snared in that line drive. Take a look at the defense in the outfield. Michael Brantley, Michael Bourne, and David Murphy from left to right. Carlos Santana's the third baseman. Up the middle, it's Asdrubal Cabrera and Mike Aviles. Nick Swisher's the first baseman, and former Blue Jay Yan Gomes is behind the plate.
Former catcher, first baseman, moved over to third base. Got to get that bat in the lineup. And he takes away a hit right here from Melky Cabrera with a lunge to his left. Had a play last night off of Jose Bautista where he couldn't come up with it, and that led to 3 runs for the Blue Jays in the 6th inning. Hot shot to his left last night. Couldn't come up with it.
Bautista behind, 0-1. Another fastball, 96 with movement.
And that's the pitch that has really keyed him to go to the next level, is that two-seam fastball. I learned it when he was in the minor leagues, and it really complements all his other pitches.
And a cutter that Bautista got a piece of to stay alive. Kluber now with that movement, and we always talk about pitchers who can do this. They can make X's on both sides of the plate. They get balls going in opposite directions, and they use both of those pitches on both corners. Bouncing ball, Swisher waits for the big hop, shovels quickly to Kluber, and Corey Kluber has a good inning. We've played an inning at Rogers Center. It's a scoreless game. All-Star game is Tuesday, July 15th at Target Field in Minnesota. Help make Jose Bautista, Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, and Edwin Encarnacion starters for the American League. Fans are allowed to vote a maximum of 35 times per email address. Vote early, vote often. Vote at BlueJays.com and vote your Blue Jays to the All-Star team. Jose Bautista certainly worthy of another All-Star berth, as is Melky Cabrera. Edwin Encarnacion right there with him. Carlos Santana, the third baseman, made a nice play in the field when he took a hit away from Melky Cabrera. Santana's on the interstate so far. I-52. Trying to get to 200.
Bingo. This guy's dangerous. I think it's just a matter of time before he busts out, and busts out in a big way.
Well, he's really dangerous batting 152 because he's a much better hitter than that.
He's got power.
4 homers and 11 RBIs. Tried to check his swing and did, according to Jordan Baker. Santana has been pushed to third base by the development of Yan Gomes as the catcher. Gomes has taken over every day behind the plate. There's a good changeup. 87 miles an hour, but wicked movement at the end.
And a great arm action on that pitch also. Really deceiving the hitter. Gets a chance to work with Josh Tolley tonight, with Deanna Navarro on the bereavement list.
Another changeup, and Santana laid off. Well, you got to believe right now a high fastball might do the trick.
Look where all those pitches are on pitch track. Down, down, down. High heat.
He got it there, and Santana was able to put the bat on it. I love that pitch tracker because it really gives you an idea about patterns, and it really shows you weaknesses if a pitcher can't hit the spots. Catcher will set the target up, and then pitchers that can't locate will miss. There's a good slider. Santana checked.
Yeah, the good ones. Mark Burley, when we watch him play and pitch, everything is on those corners. Up and down, in and out, but it's on the corners. Very rarely does he throw on like that number 1 there, that number 1 that you see right there, right down the middle.
Full count. And he loses him. Leadoff man walks here in the second.
Blue Jays on Sportsnet. Brought to you by the 2014 Honda CRV. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
The leadoff man's at first base. Carlos Santana started off the second inning with a walk, and that's not good news. Asdrubal Cabrera hitting just 246, but he's hit 440 over his last 6 games. Pitches upstairs. Jerry Meos, the home plate umpire. Watch him get into a squat here. Looked like he twisted his ankle just as he got set. Looked like he might have stepped in a divot, but he appears to be okay. Cabrera fouls it back. McGowan hasn't faced many of these Cleveland hitters. Asdrubal Cabrera has 2 hits and 2 at-bats. The most at-bats, Nick Swisher now has 16 at-bats. But there are only 5 hitters in the lineup that have faced McGowan in the past.
He's just been hurt too much and just hasn't had a chance to face him. So you've got the advantage, so attack. Use your fastball.
Santana's running, pitches down and in, throw to second, not in time. Carlos Santana with his second steal, and he was antsy.
We have seen teams run on Dustin McGowan. He's got the long, high leg kick. And for me, just watching out, it looks like they have picked something up when he comes to the stretch. Maybe he's leaning forward or he's leaning back on that back leg right before he gets ready to let go of it. But there's something, because the guys who are stealing against him are not known as base stealers.
Sometimes a first base coach will pick up on something, or they'll have something before the start of a series. But the base stealers are 2 for 10. They've only been caught twice. They're 8 for 10, if you will. And McGowan hasn't given his catchers much of an opportunity to throw out the base runners.
So they're 8 for 10 successfully stealing against Dustin. So they got a chance to. That's why I think they know something, or they've seen something.
Cabrera jumped back from that inside pitch. Didn't like the call. Had a couple words for Jerry Meals, but McGowan gets the strikeout.
He did it again with a fastball. Watch the movement. That swing back, come back fastball right on the inner half. That's got plenty of the plate.
That's how the hitters react to Mark Buehrle. They do that jackknife for strike 3. Buehrle has been great at getting that pitch called a strike. David Murphy. Murphy's the right fielder. Well, McGowan has thrown plenty of strikes early on outside that walk to Santana. That came on a 3-2 pitch. Mark Buehrle will open up the series against the Rangers. And if you like a contrast in style, Friday night will be interesting. Yu Darvish and Mark Buehrle. David Murphy fouls it off right at home plate. Yu Darvish 3-1 with a .233 earned run average. Check that. Actually, Buehrle goes on Saturday. Hutchison will open up against Darvish.
Darvish, they've pushed back a couple of days also after that. I guess you call it near perfect game, near one hitter.
There's a base hit to right. Bautista charging hard. Santana's being waved home. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. David Murphy with a sharp single into right drives home the first run of the ball game.
David Murphy has always hit well against the Blue Jays. 3:05 coming into this game. This is not a good 0-2 pitch right here. About belt high right in the middle of the plate, and good hitters, especially ones like Murphy, who has worn out the Blue Jays, pokes it through that right side for the game's first run.
Murphy had a 3-run double against Aaron Loup in the series finale in Cleveland earlier this season. Santana with the leadoff walk comes around to score the first run of the ball game. Yan Gomes, .265 for the season. Gomes signed a 6-year deal with Cleveland. He impressed them so and took over the catching position at the end of the season last year. They said, you know what, we're going to wrap this guy up. Gomes is 26 years old.
He can really throw. He has had his share of errors, but he has taken command of this team. Got the big contract, had a new baby since the last time we saw him.
Had a baby girl the 3rd of May. Out in front of that pitch and pulls it foul. Cleveland has taken a 1-0 lead. You can be playing for inning after inning after inning. No runs, and you walk about it, and he comes around to score.
Yeah, especially a leadoff walk. The percentages just are not in your favor when you start walking guys to leadoff innings. Two
2-1 to Gomes. Pitchers have to be able to make adjustments on the mound. You throw a couple pitches off the plate, you got to get right back and throw one down the middle. Throw it down the middle with movement. It's always a great pitch.
Take a little something off. Maybe you get that hitter a little anxious, rolls over on it, and get yourself a ground ball.
This is popped up on the infield, right over the mound. Now Laurie at second base comes in, makes the catch. 2 down. Dustin McGowan has turned things around over his last 3 starts. First 4 were kind of ugly, but it's gotten real good lately.
Right around the time he went to that pump on the back of his trousers there to help him maintain his strength, he was complaining about he was getting worn down in the middle innings of games. But he's come on strong. 95-plus pitches his last time out. That's 2 consecutive starts where he's thrown 95 pitches.
Lonnie Chisenhall rips it into left field. He jumped on that first pitch and gets himself a single to start his night. A walk and 2 singles this inning. And now Mike Aviles, the number 9 hitter and second baseman. Aviles got the first hit of the game last night off R.A. Dickey. It came with 2 outs in the 3rd. He would come around to score on the Swisher RBI single. McGowan gets ahead. You get hitters into a defensive mode when you throw strikes, and then they think, okay, now he's going to be throwing something nasty, and they become very tentative and defensive. Popped up into the outfield. Kevin Pillar is there. The Indians get on the board. They leave 2. They score that leadoff walk. It comes around 1-0 Cleveland. The Blue Jays jersey giveaway will take place Sunday, May 25th when the Blue Jays take on the Oakland A's. Game time is 1:07 p.m. The first 20,000 fans will receive an Edwin Encarnacion or Jose Bautista promotional replica jersey. Call the Jays for tickets at 416-341-1234 or log online at BlueJays.com and order your tickets for the jersey giveaway Sunday, May 25th. Edwin Encarnacion is the DH tonight. Mention the Blue Jays beat Corey Kluber and the Indians back in Cleveland in April. Mark Burley shut out Cleveland 5-0. And Kluber gave up 2 runs in the first and a run in the second, and he didn't have the same type of stuff we're seeing tonight.
No, he wasn't very sharp at all. He had 3 walks in that game, threw 111 pitches against the Blue Jays. It wasn't very sharp.
In that start, Kluber was pitching on 5 days rest. The 4 subsequent starts in which he's been real good have all been on 4 days rest, as is tonight.
Arm strength starts to come around. You get your familiarity. You start to get into a nice routine. This guy can pitch right here. He had a 13 strikeout game already this year.
There's that hard cutter up and away. First strikeout of the night for Corey Kluber, and he's made 8 starts, and it's night and day. First 4, last 4, and he has really found a groove lately.
Look at the numbers. 12 strikeouts per 9 innings, a whip of just over 1, an ERA under 2, and Terry Francona just says he pitches very aggressively with his fastball, his two-seamer, and his cutter, and his slider. And he throws a lot of strikes, quality strikes.
Has a strike right at the knees on the outside corner to Adam Lynn.
You know, we talk about it all the time about first pitch strikes and getting ahead and pitching aggressively. This guy right here, Corey Kluber, almost 61% of the time he throws first pitch strikes. You do that, you're going to have a lot of quick at bats, and you're going to have a lot of success.
3-pitch strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for Kluber. Here in the second, that'll bring Juan Francisco to the plate. He was 2 for 3 last night.
He had a double and this put the Blue Jays back on top. He can hit the ball out away from him. Pitchers try to pitch him away, and he goes right with it. If he misses just a little bit, he's got outstanding power. That one it went in the second deck in right center field. Blue Jays are trying to figure out a way to get this guy in the lineup every day.
They've figured it out. He plays third, Laurie plays second.
How about when a lefty throws? Same thing?
He keeps swinging like this, he's going to be playing a lot. Brett Laurie has been swinging a hot bat lately. He'll be next if Francisco can reach. You mentioned that 13 strikeout game for Kluber. That came 2 starts ago against the Chicago White Sox, and it included 7 straight strikeouts. That's a franchise record for Cleveland.
And the first 6 of those strikeouts, swinging. So he's not fooling anybody. He's just making quality pitches.
Francisco's dangerous when he's laying off those borderline pitches. If he starts taking his walks and forces the pitcher to throw him strikes, he's going to continue to hit home runs. Three and two outs. Brett Laurie on that. Cleveland has a 1-0 lead. They scored in the top half of this inning. Corey Kluber strikes out the side after his club scored him a run. We'll go to the third. The Indians up 1-0. TD Comfort Zone, our guests of TD. Good night to be at the ballpark. Great seats, good vantage point. While over in the Jays Care Community Clubhouse, kids up front are playing host to the O'Connor Community Center. Welcome to Rogers Center. Hope you're having a good time. Look up on TV. You're on the TV right now. There you go.
I think they finally sold themselves.
So it'll be the top of the order for Cleveland. Michael Bourne, Nick Swisher, and Michael Brantley. First pitch changeup. Brantley was hunting that fastball. Bourne was hunting that fastball. On the ground, that'll be through and into center field for a leadoff single.
He got his fastball right there. He threw him a changeup for strike one. He swung right through the top of it. Tried to come back with that fastball. And Bourne was all over that one.
Bourne has been a base stealer in the past. As we've mentioned before, he leads the major league since 2008 with 282 steals, but he's had hamstring problems this year. He's only picked up 2 steals in 5 attempts.
Heard it right at the end of spring training. That hamstring shut him down. And he's not running as frequently as he used to.
Nick Swisher flied out to right his first time up. That was interesting. On the first pitch, Bourne had a foot on the artificial surface. He really shortened up on that second pitch, and it was curious that McGowan went to first base. Now let's see where he gets on this lead. Good base runners don't necessarily need a huge lead.
They just have to pick something up in that pitcher, a tip that tells them when they're going home. It might be something that he does with his glove or his feet or the way he comes set. And there's all kind of little tells that you can see from a pitcher if you're paying attention.
Well, now there's so much video too. You can just sit in a video room and pick apart a pitcher's delivery. There's a strike. It's now 2-1. McGowan has slowed the pace since Michael Bourne reached for that single. Ground ball. In comes after it. Goes to second, and it gets away from Reyes. There's nobody at third. Bourne didn't pick up on that. Totally alertly goes down to third almost after the fact. But if Bourne had noticed, he could have moved to third easily.
Yeah, it would have been a foot race between Michael Bourne and Josh Tolley. Who would get to third base the first, the quickest? Lynn makes a nice play, aggressively going after that ball, and then throws it on the inner half. You got to throw that ball inside just a little bit more. You can see it right over the base runner. That's tough for the fielder to try and field that ball while that runner's coming in on you.
It's a fielder's choice. Lynn will be charged with the error. It's the 18th error the Blue Jays have committed this season. Lynn's first error. Nobody out. It's a high fly down the left field line. That ball is into the seats. Melky Cabrera ran out of room, and the ball just kept slicing into the seats out of play. This lineup doesn't really have the power the Blue Jays have, of course, and they have to have good at bats. Had a single, Swisher reached on the fielder's choice in the air. Now Brantley is a guy that can put the bat on the ball. Ball almost got away from Tolley upstairs.
I think out of all the hitters that the Indians have, this might be the most fundamentally sound hitter at the plate right here. Michael Brantley. Doesn't have a lot of power. Already has with 7 home runs, but he's got 30 RBIs. I think he's their best hitter. He might be settling in at hitting third for this team for a long time.
Michael Bourne has really gotten into the head of Dustin McGowan. He did it first, and now he's a distraction at second. Ball and a strike. Blue Jays looking for a double play ball. Not going to get one up there.
Change up. That was up. Trying to get Brantley out on his front foot. You know, when I talk about a fundamentally sound hitter, he just never gives in. He's got the same approach at the plate. Doesn't try and do too much with the ball. Hit it where it's pitched. Take advantage of the pitcher's wildness.
Fouls that one straight back. After a very efficient first inning, the Indians have made McGowan work in the second and now carries into the third.
Yeah, 20 more in the second. Now he's already up to 45. Fouling off tough pitches. That's what we were talking about in the first inning, to put guys away, pitch to contact more, and go a little bit deeper into the ball game.
The shot with that slider, tried to go back door and missed.
Yeah, he's gone change up, fastball, now breaking ball. Those are his three pitches.
Cleanup hitter Carlos Santana is on deck. You wouldn't expect them to run in this situation.
No, I don't think so. If he lines to the second baseman, we'd have a triple play.
Full count now. Brantley steps out.
Not a guy who hits a lot of ground balls. He's more of a line drive type of hitter.
He'll be 27 years old tomorrow. There's a fly ball to left. Cabrera's got room. He's on the warning track and he hauls it in. One down. We've seen McGowan's fastball, his curveball, and the changeup tonight, and these are the different grips he uses.
That's what it takes right there. A two-seam fastball where you're going to get the good movement down and away to a left-hander. That's the fastball. The curveball, you see, he's got that spike where that middle finger, that index finger is on top of the ball, and you really pull it through with your middle finger and your thumb, and then the changeup. Roll that baby right off your pinky.
As a hitter, what do you look for to differentiate between those three pitches?
A lot of times, you know, if you're really good at it, you could see the ball coming out of his hand. You know, you're taught when you're a kid to look at the box above the shoulder of where the pitcher's throwing it. If you can do that and you can concentrate enough, you can see his fingers behind the baseball. And that tells you what?
Fastball.
Here comes the fastball.
Yeah.
If you see his hand on the side of the baseball, here comes the breaking ball. It takes a lot of time to get that, master it.
After a very good inning in the first of throwing strikes with his fastball, McGowan's lost that release point.
Yeah, and he's trying to get the feel for the changeup and throwing it in the right place. He still doesn't have the command that you need with your breaking ball, curveball.
3-0. First and second, just one out. Santana walked and scored the only run of this ball game. That was back in the second. And he's come around to hit already. McGowan is up in the zone. He's flirting with danger upstairs.
It looks like the arm is dropping just a little bit. And when your arm drops just a little bit, your hand gets behind the baseball on the side, and that's where the ball starts leaking up. Stay on top, drive it down. This is the super slow-mo right here. This is what we're talking about. And I can tell right now that that looks like it's going to be a fastball. Right there. See how the hand is behind it? Oh, yeah, I guessed right.
See a lot of white coming through, and the fingers are behind the baseball. Full count, one out. Bases are loaded. That's the second time Santana has walked tonight.
He's very patient. He's got the best walk ratio against the Blue Jays. Any team that he's ever faced, he's always been patient against the Blue Jays.
Pete Walker is out from the Blue Jays dugout. Trying to coax McGowan down into that strike zone. He had good movement on his fastball. Marcus Stroman just starting to limber up down there. Remember, the Blue Jays have a fresh arm in their pen tonight. Neil Wagner was just recalled from AAA Buffalo. Eric Kratz has been called back.
They lost some length in that bullpen when Chad Jenkins got sent back down. But they got some power with that guy right there, Neil Wagner, back for the back end of the ball.
Asdrubal Cabrera goes after the first pitch. Second for one, back to first. Pete Walker delivered some magic words. Bases loaded. Walker goes to the mound. How about a 3-6-3 double play? Reyes with a good turn. McGowan, the reaction. He's out of it. Still a 1-0 game. Cleveland leads it. And he got off to a terrible start. Just couldn't get anything going in his first 12 games. He was hitting under 100. A homer and 3 RBIs, but his last 21, he's been tearing the cover off the baseball. Look at the risk. He's 11 for 20 with runners in scoring position.
Talked to Kevin Seitzer about him yesterday and said, well, he's not missing the ball on the inner half. When they throw it in there, he's hitting it, and he's hitting it hard. And he said it's a byproduct of him thinking about staying in the middle of the field. Breaking ball down and away, or a breaking ball away from him. If he's thinking in the middle of the field, when they make a mistake on the inner half, that's when he juices the ball.
Bottom third of the Blue Jays order: Lori Tolley and then Kevin Pillar. Blue Jays looking for their first base runner. That's a tough pitch. I know it's early, and I know he's just now sorting things out, but I see an awful lot of Roy Halladay and Corey Kluber's pitches.
Just the action on his pitches.
Big two hopper to short. Laurie's retired, one down.
Save during the Lawn and Garden Expert Sale only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Indoor baseball at Rogers Center again, hopefully when the Blue Jays return for the next homestand. It'll be open air baseball. Josh Tolley, the catcher. We mentioned Deanna Navarro has been placed on the bereavement list, which is a list that has been provided for players to tend to personal matters, and he's taking care of some family matters. You can be on that list for 3 to 7 days, and Eric Kratz has been called back from AAA Buffalo. There's that cutter, and it's just a very late, quick breaking cutter.
I want to expand on what you just said about Roy Halladay and what you see in him. Halladay was a bulldog on the mound, but he had great stuff. He could command the baseball. He could sink it. He had a great slider, a little bit of a curveball, a little bit of a changeup. And when you see that in this guy, I think you're right on.
Yeah, he is shooting for the middle of the plate in his mind. In his mind, he's attacking the heart of the plate. The ball's just working itself to the corners. Tolley chases one upstairs and strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts for Corey Kluber.
Well, let's take a look at what he throws and give you an idea of what these hitters are looking at. Fastball, he throws it just 57% of the time. He combines that with a good sinker, 2-seamer. He'll mix in a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. It'll work off of that fastball. And again, learned that 2-seamer a couple of years ago that really sinks in on the right-handers and away from the left-handers. And he's got command. And that's something that Halladay had also. If a ball is up in the strike zone, more times than not, it's up there for a reason. It's not a mistake.
And if it is a mistake, the next one's down.
Down. He can make those adjustments.
That ball is down, and there's the second baseman, Mike Aviles. First time through the order. Corey Kluber retires 9 straight. Cleveland has a 1-0 lead. We'll go to the 4th at Rogers Center. Your starter, Dustin McGowan, had a perfect inning in the first 1, 2, 3. What was different for him in the second and third?
Well, getting the ball in the zone consistently. One thing about this team over here in Cleveland is they make you throw strikes, and we boxed that one ground ball, but then we were fortunate we got the big play to end the inning. That 3-6-3 with Lindy. But the key for any of these guys, if you're going to beat this team over here, you got to throw strikes at them.
Corey Kluber, first time through, looks really good. What do the hitters have to do to combat him?
Well, he's good. I mean, he's probably their hottest pitcher lately on the team. We faced him in Cleveland. We got to him early, and then he settled in and pitched a nice ball game. But we had enough runs early on, and we ended up beating him. But he keeps you off balance. He's got a good arm, and he's got that cutter he can go to. And but he's one of the better ones out there. So it's going to be a battle. But the key is we got to keep them off the board anymore.
John, thanks for your time.
I guess.
John Gibbons joining us from the dugout, that's his first-hand perspective. Corey Kluber, we mentioned he had given up 3 runs in the first 2 innings to the Jays the last time they faced him.
Did you hear what he said right there at the end? The key is going to have to keep them off the board. Tells me that he thinks there's not going to be a lot of runs scored off of Kluber tonight. First time through, he's been good.
Oftentimes you see a starting pitcher come out, and when they can find that command early, he's in for a good night. Ball on a strike to David Murphy. Murphy has another hit. This could be extra bases. Bautista giving chase. He plays it off the wall. Murphy is headed for second with a leadoff double here in the 4th. Already 2 for 2. Good sign for the Indians. They signed him as a free agent, and he has delivered for them.
Pulls that inside fastball. Hit it right by Adam Lind at first base. Good start here.
Well, we heard John Gibbons say you got to keep him off the board. Corey Kluber appears to be in tough tonight, so run prevention is the key for the Blue Jays. Yan Gomes, the catcher. Gomes was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil. One of 2 Brazilian-born players in the major leagues. Look at that piece of hit. Slider, he just poked it through the right side, trying to move the runner up. Gets himself a base hit. Murphy goes to third. Going to see more and more hitters change their approach at the plate as these teams continue to use the dramatic shifts.
Yeah, and he can handle the bat. We saw that last year. It doesn't matter. That looked like a little bit of a slider down and away. That eats right into his approach right there. Head down, just slap it the other way. Hands go first, barrel follows, and he's got a big hole to shoot for. Get himself a base hit.
Runners into corners. Nobody out. Lonnie Chisenhall goes after the first pitch again. He singled to left on the first pitch in his previous at bat.
Indians had a streak of 21 straight games with an extra base hit snapped last night by the Blue Jays. They had all singles in last night's game. 8 of them. Tonight, they're starting a new one.
The Indians have lost 9 of their last 11 on the road. They have not been a good road ball club. They went to the postseason last year, got in as a wild card, and they were below 500 as late as June 17th last year. So Terry Francona and his ball club, they're not going to panic just yet. The Blue Jays themselves are in good shape. 500 coming into this game. Started out a game and a half back in the AL East.
Yeah, Baltimore lost this afternoon to Justin Verlander in Detroit.
Off the end of the bat. Baltimore had a tough loss in last night's game. They were into the top of the 9th, leading 1-0. Rajai Davis was caught stealing. When they went to the review, he was ruled safe at second. Then Torrey Hunter walked, and Miguel Cabrera hit a 3-run homer off Tommy Hunter. 1-2. Base hit to right field. Murphy comes in to score. Gomes stops at second. It's 2-0 Cleveland. 3 straight hits here in the fourth.
Hanging breaking ball from the bottom of the lineup. Also, John Gibbons is over there watching. There's a curveball, breaking ball. He's got to pull it down with his middle finger, but he just doesn't get enough torque on it and just hangs over the middle of the plate. Chisholm's a good hitter. Came in here hitting .325, and he's going to cash in the second run.
Mike Aviles, the second baseman, shows bunt and bunts it to foul ground down the third baseline.
Aviles has done a nice job filling in for Jason Kipnis. Last 10 games, he's got 4 extra base hits, doing the little things that you need to do to win games. He's a veteran. He's been here before. He knows how to play this game.
Aviles bunts this one up the third baseline to go for the lead runner, and they get him. Nice play by Dustin McGowan. A very athletic play. Francisco was camped out on the bag at third. Jordan Baker, the umpire, standing right on top of the plate, calls him out.
You could hear Josh Tolley, the catcher. He's the quarterback on this play, telling his pitcher where to go from that bunt. He yelled 3 right away, and a nice athletic play right there by McGowan. You practice that all the time in spring training. Spin and make a good throw to third base. Get that lead runner.
First and second, 1 out now. Back to the top of the order. Michael Bourne to the plate for the 3rd time already. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Esmiel Rogers, and one of his best outings of the season against Cleveland in relief of Mark Burley. 2 shutdown innings. He had 4 strikeouts in the 2 innings. And was it in Cleveland? Cued off the end of the bat. Francisco will let it roll, and it goes into foul ground. Heads up play by Francisco. They weren't going to get Bourne at first.
Yeah, so why even try and touch the baseball? Just hope that it goes foul. Cued right off the end of the bat. Looked like a base hit all the way.
Had that spin. When it hit that artificial surface, it took it toward the foul line and eventually rolled foul. Terry Francona, manager of this Indians ball club in his 2nd season with the Indians. He's had a terrific run as a manager. 13 years as a manager. Started out in Philadelphia in '97. One and two. Michael Bourne didn't agree with it. Jerry Mears said that was a good pitch, and he can't believe it. And now it's getting heated.
Yeah, you might have to walk away, or somebody's got to come out and get him. There, Francona, there you go. Save your player right here. He had his say, now he should go back. I think what Bourne is upset about is Josh Tolley looked like he got crossed up on that slider. And when he dropped it, it appeared like it was outside, but that ball was right there.
Terry Francona not questioning the call, just saying, my player's a good guy. He wouldn't say anything bad to you.
Just calm everybody down, right? Here it is again. It's a backup slider and handcuffs Josh, but that's there.
Yeah, that's why it looks so bad to Moore in the way that Josh got handcuffed. Two down now. What a play by Tolley. Well, he backhanded that ball. That ball hit about 3 feet in front of home plate. As a catcher, you just don't know where that ball's going to go.
When it's a breaking ball, which that could spin anywhere.
Swisher fouls it out of play. Minimize the damage. That's what McGowan has to think about now. He gave up the leadoff double. Leadoff walks and leadoff doubles, chances are you're going to give up a run. Just got to make sure that's all you give up. That slider, and Swisher wouldn't chase. Indians, as John Gibbons told us from the dugout, a very patient team. They don't swing at many pitches out of the strike zone.
They don't swing and miss, period. One of the best teams in baseball. The ability not to swing and miss.
Now Swisher disagrees with Jerry Meals.
Coming into this series, the Indians had the third fewest strikeouts in the American League, so they know the strike zone.
Michael Bourne was upset being called out. Swisher now with a 2-2 count. Swisher might have talked his way into that one. The veteran may have gotten the call there. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Looked like the same pitch that Michael Bourne struck out on.
Full count, 2 outs. The runners will be off on the pitch. Chisenhall at second. Aviles at first. There they go, and Swisher fouls it off his foot.
Good movement on that fastball. And Nick fouls it right off his toes. That is not a good feeling.
And you know, all these guys are wearing these sneaker type of spikes, and they're very light, not much protection. Another 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. Laurie at second base stays with it. Swisher is out. The Indians strand a pair. Cleveland has a 2-0 lead. They've stranded 6 so far. Top of the order for the Jays. It'll be Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, then Jose Bautista. Jays looking for their first base runner against Corey Kluber. winning seasons as a manager. That's the most among active managers. When you look at Francona's career, he was a terrific collegiate player, first-round pick of the Montreal Expos. He played for 5 different teams. Then he was the manager, and you can see that guy he's managing? That's Michael Jordan, who played in Double-A with the White Sox. There he got his first opportunity to manage in the big leagues with Philadelphia. Went to Boston. What did he do? Won the first World Series since 1918, and then he came here as the Indians manager and turned his club around. A 24-game improvement with Terry Francona at the wheel of the Cleveland Indians.
One of the best in history, that turnaround like that. 6 seasons in Boston, 5 playoff appearances.
You know, it has to be special for him to be with the Cleveland Indians. His father played 6 years with the Cleveland Indians. Tito Francona, a 15-year major leaguer himself. Tito Francona was an all-star in 1961. Pretty good player.
Terry was just named as one of the coaches to the All-Star games yesterday.
For John Farrell. Of course, they were together in Boston as manager and pitching coach. Ron Gardenhire will join Terry Francona as base coaches for the American League squad in Minneapolis. Ray is trying to get something going against Corey Kluber. Rips it just foul. Boy, he's hitting the ball hard. He hasn't had as many hits as he would like, but he's having good at bats.
Good at bats, hitting the ball hard and getting those extra base hits. Got that first triple last night. And the thing about Jose Reyes is sprays the ball all over the place. You can't pitch him one way, you can't play him one way.
Bouncing ball, Swisher has to wait on, shovels to Kluber, and Reyes is retired.
Save during the Lawn and Garden Expert Sale, only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
The elevator at CN Tower going to the observation deck right next door to Rogers Center. 1 out, 10 straight, retired by Corey Kluber. Melky Cabrera was robbed of a base hit his first time out. Hit a line drive that looked like it was headed to left field, and the third baseman Carlos Santana made a good play on it. Really unusual defense, especially this year. I mean, it can't get more straight away than it is. Everybody's playing the shifts, but not against Melky Cabrera.
Well, you got to bunch him. I think that's what you see right now on the infield. Bunch him in the middle of the diamond, straight away in the outfield, because he hits the ball all over the place. He's like Reyes. This is the same defense we just saw when Reyes was hitting. Everybody straight away.
When hitters have the ability to spread out the defense, they get their hitting lanes back. Jose Bautista's had to flirt with that shift all year long, and he's been massaging the ball to right.
Well, Melky just has a great approach at the plate. He really does. He's got what ball players call a very short swing, so he can wait a little bit longer than most people. He can pull it if you throw it inside. He's got some power to knock it out of the ballpark if you hang it. If you make a tough pitch away from him, he can slap it the other way. He can handle any off-speed pitch. He's just a good hitter.
Hits this ball on the line to center, but Michael Bourne got there. Melky Cabrera's hit it hard twice. He's got nothing to show for it.
Keep swinging. They'll fall in.
Yeah, that's what they always say. Hey, hang with him. You hit it good.
It doesn't count. It's an over.
Jose Bautista grounded out to first base his first time up. Cleveland has a 2-0 lead.
You know, if you're going to play those shifts, you better have an athletic first baseman. If they are a right-handed batter, you can see how far off first base the Swisher is. Nick, you've got the whole right side. Go get him. Look at that. He's got as far to go over to first base as Jose Bautista does.
Yeah, and that's a real test for him to make that first step judgment. Do I go after the ball or do I go to the bag?
Yeah, if you hesitate or you take a half a step to your right, like you're going to go get a ground ball and you're not going to get it.
Right back to the mound. Bautista taps back to the pitcher. Blue Jays still haven't had a base runner. We've played 4. Cleveland leads at 2-0. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn. Gets underway on Friday. The teams are set. Val-d'Or, Edmonton, Guelph, London, all battling for Canada's Junior Hockey League Championship. See the next generation of hockey superstars, the MasterCard Memorial Cup, May 16th through the 25th, right here on Sportsnet. Great hockey action. You're going to see the future stars in that MasterCard Memorial Cup, and we'll have all the action for you all throughout that great finals. Top of the 5th. Michael Brantley will start things off. He drills this, and that ball is hit hard over Bautista's head up against the wall. Brantley is headed for second. Bautista's throw is not in time, and that was a shot over the head of the right fielder for Michael Brantley.
Didn't waste any time that time. Flew out to center field, left field, and now sends a bullet to right field. Fastball again up. Good big league hitters are going to hit that one hard every time. Had some great sound on it. Really took off right over the head of Bautista. Another double for the Indians.
John Gibbons on the phone to the bullpen once again. Brantley, that's his first hit in 7 at-bats. Carlos Santana has walked twice. Esmil Rogers was up earlier. He'll start to throw again. It won't take him long a second time. He'll grab a baseball. get the rosin bag, shake hands, and he'll be ready.
Yeah, he was thrown last inning, so he should be real close if John Gibbons wants to make a move. Great first inning for Dustin McGowan. Just 13 pitches. 1, 2, 3 inning, and then 6 batters in the second inning. 5
John
more.
Gibbons has said it all along. He thinks McGowan is better served in the bullpen.
Yeah.
He has said it. He feels that McGowan was a big asset for them at the end of the season working in the bullpen. And when Casey Jansen was on the disabled list, Gibbons continually said we're missing 2 key parts to our bullpen, Jansen and McGowan.
McGowan, he was a big part of it. He could give you multiple innings out of the bullpen and power, too.
Look out. Boy, you got to pay attention. Those balls are rocketed into the seats and making sure everybody's okay down there. Santana with a 3-1 count. There's a high, deep drive to right. Bautista will look up and watch it sail into the second deck. Home run number 5 for Carlos Santana. A 2-run homer here in the 5th.
You know, that was almost a carbon copy pitch that Brantley hit a double with. He didn't get his up in the air. Santana did. Fastball, and it comes right back to the barrel. Yeah, right down Broadway. Santana winds up and corks it to right field.
RBIs number 12 and 13 for Santana. He's been on base 3 times tonight. 2 walks and now a 2-run homer. Four nothing Cleveland. That's right at their season average. They have averaged 4 runs a game. That's 14th in the American League. There's another hit. Asdrubal Cabrera hit that breaking ball. It wasn't a bad pitch, but it looked like he knew what was coming. So that'll be it for Dustin McGowan. The Indians, through 4 innings, have collected 9 hits. 3 straight hits here in the inning, including a 2-run Carlos Santana home run. So a rough night for Dustin McGowan. Esmil Rogers, the former Cleveland Indian, will come in. Still nobody out. He leads the American League in hitting. About that. New pitcher into the ball game is Esmiel Rogers. This will be his 15th appearance. His best appearance of the season came against the Cleveland Indians on April 19th. 2 innings of relief behind Mark Burley at 4 strikeouts.
He had a wicked slider that day.
1 pitch, and he gets the first out of the inning. David Murphy flies out to center field.
Canon's Best in Glass sales event. Performance cameras and lenses at the season's best prices. Visit canon.ca/best in glass.
Dustin McGowan goes 4 innings plus 3 batters and is responsible for the 4 runs so far. He's given up 9 hits. Yan Gomes was part of the package that brought Esmiel Rogers to the Blue Jays. Mike Aviles and Yan Gomes were traded from Toronto to Cleveland on November 3rd, 2012. One and one. At the time, the Blue Jays were desperate for a power arm. They had a bunch of sinker ball pitchers in their bullpen, didn't have any power, didn't have any strikeout capabilities in their bullpen, and they had hoped that Rogers would bring that.
I remember when Esmiel came here as a member of the Cleveland Indians, he came in and came out of the bullpen throwing pellets. Good fastball and good curveball, and I think the Blue Jays remembered that. And when he became available, they swung a deal with the Indians.
Yan Gomes, he hit that ball in the upper deck behind the Blue Jays dugout.
I have not seen that done since Joe Carter was here. Where you could see him laughing about that. You don't see that every day.
No.
That's called get the head out.
Right-handed batter to pull it over the Blue Jays dugout and hit it up into the 5th deck. It hit into first row and bounced back to the lower deck. Bounced foul. Gomes had a base hit back in the 4th. After the Murphy double, Yan Gomes tried to advance the runner from 2nd, 3rd and got himself a base hit. Hit it through the right side. Asdrubal Cabrera with a base hit to right. He's at first. There goes the runner. Delay steal. Laurie puts the tag. Oh, the umpire said he swiped at him and missed him. Chris Conroy, the second base umpire. Laurie made a swipe at him. Looked like he missed the front leg and hit the bag with his back leg.
John Gibb was going to go out there and talk to him, and it looked like exactly how you described. Watch him swipe at it. Cabrera comes up short, swipes, and he says the foot got in there after he missed him.
If Laurie doesn't reach for him after this attempt right here, and then he reaches back as if he says, you know, I didn't touch him.
Yeah. He misses there.
And then reaches back to
and
tag
touches him there. And that showed the umpire. He said, well, maybe he missed him. As an infielder, you got to catch the ball, put it right into the front of the bag, and let him slide right into your glove.
And now they're going to review it. So Jerry Mears is the crew chief. He's the home plate umpire tonight. Chris Conroy made the call at second. So the call on the field is safe on the stolen base. And Laurie, the second baseman, the throw beat the runner. No question about that.
Yeah, he had to go and reach for it and then come back. And I think his argument is, it looked like it might have been the left foot that had crossed over. From that angle, it looked like he missed his foot.
Jerry Meals on the top box, listening to New York along with the umpire, Chris Conroy, who made the call at second. Terry Francona's got some interesting thoughts about the replay and how you don't want to abuse it and challenge every call that looks close. He's been rather selective in his replay appeals.
Yeah. Every play, you don't want to go out there, bang, bang, play at first, bang, bang, play at the plate, everything like that. I think you have to show some respect to the umpires also, that they're doing a heck of a job.
It's taken quite a while as New York is looking at their angles. Another look at it. That left leg slides past the bag and the right leg hit the bag.
Conclusive evidence? I mean, there's got to be some evidence that shows that he tagged him.
They're certainly taking their time to look at it from all different angles. The crowd here at Rogers Center has seen the replay on the Jumbotron. Several different angles.
That one angle that we showed, can't really tell if he hits his leg or not when he swipes at him. This one right here. Does he hit him?
So difficult to tell right there. Had a similar play the other night when Angel Hernandez was at home plate. Josh Tolley made a swipe at the base runner and it looked like it. Here comes the call. And Jerry Meals is the umpire and they're ruling safe. So the call on the field stands. There was not enough evidence to overturn the call on the field. And from what we saw, it looked like the swipe initially missed Cabrera.
And there just wasn't enough evidence to say, yes, certainty that he touched him.
Cabrera with his fourth stolen base, now in scoring position. Right back to the mound, and they're going to go to third, and Rogers is a terrific athlete. Former shortstop takes ground balls just about every day during BP, and his shortstop instincts bailed him out right there. Cut down that runner out of scoring position.
Boy, you can't do it any better than this from Esmil Rogers. Watch him attack it, the in-between hop, and then throws a P over to third base to get that lead runner. Former everyday player, showing off his skills.
Knocks that one down. He can't find the baseball, and now he won't have a play. Chisenhall is 3 for 3. Lonnie Chisenhall can swing the bat. He's the DH, and they're going to have to make sure they keep his bat in the lineup.
Former #1 pick. If he lets this one go, it's right at Reyes. Look where he's standing, right behind him. But your first reaction is to try and catch the baseball. Looked like it ricocheted off both legs and then went straight down.
Number 9 hitter Michael Vilas goes after the first pitch and pops it back. The Indians entered this ball game with a .239 average. They have 10 hits so far tonight. Rogers in relief of Dustin McGowan. Breaking ball. Wild thing.
Why not? With the tribe in town. Major League.
Ricky Vaughn, number 99. Big character in that movie, huh?
Yeah. Forget the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater.
0-2, 2 outs, 2 aboard. Cleveland has scored 2 more here in the 5th, taking a 4-0 lead. Bouncing ball to short. Reyes goes to second, just barely in time to get Chisholm. But the Indians add 2 more runs. They've taken a 4-0 lead. Blue Jays looking for their first base runner off Corey Kluber.
Maybe I should pack.
Presented by TD. Sunday, June 1st, the Blue Jays will take on the Kansas City Royals. Game time is 1:07 p.m. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Blue Jays cowboy hat. Presented by TD. For tickets, call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. Or log online at BlueJays.com to order your tickets for Blue Jays Country Day, June 1st. Nyjer Morgan has come off the bench to take over defensively in left field for Michael Brantley. It'll be Encarnacion, Lind, and Francisco. We did not notice anything with Brantley. It suggested he may have injured himself. He had a double. Start 5th, came around to score on the home run by Santana. It was curious he's out of the game the way he hits the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he just hits him hard. He hit that double and he didn't sprint from first to second. He jogged in the second base. Maybe that's something. He got to jog home on the home run. He just didn't turn it on Bautista, tried to make it close on that double over his head.
Encarnacion fouls it off. It's 2-2.
Edwin was originally in the starting lineup at first base tonight. Adam Lind was the DH. Right before first pitch, they flip-flopped.
Yeah, it caught us off guard when we saw Lind take the defensive position at first. Ground ball foul. Corey Kluber has 4 strikeouts. He hasn't walked a batter. Blue Jays haven't had a base runner. Breaking ball hung up in the strike zone, and it's a high pop-up. Asdrubal Cabrera, the shortstop, makes the catch. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. The entire AL East just kind of sputtering along, trying to gain their identity. Baltimore now lost 4 in a row, including the loss this afternoon, so they are 20-18. There's a line drive to left, and Nigel Morgan has it bounce and go past him. Lind is headed for second as the Blue Jays finally get a hit against Corey Kluber. An opposite field double. First base runner for the Jays.
A classic inside-out swing by Lind. Takes that backup breaking ball the other way. Morgan's a good outfielder. He's got a lot of speed. It looked like he was tracking it and had a shot, but the ball got too close to him. And gets by him for extra bases.
I think he had catching it on his mind, knowing that there was a no-hitter at stake, and he kind of staggered when he realized he was going to have to play it on the bounce. So Blue Jays, they've got that quick strike offense. 4 runs is nothing for the Blue Jays. Francisco 2 for 3 last night with a home run. Kevin Seitzer's done a good job with all the hitters, but I think he's had a real positive impact on Juan Francisco.
Yeah. Talks to him about, you don't have to overswing. You're plenty strong. You've got tremendous bat speed. Just stay together. Keep your swing together. Don't overswing. You don't need to.
I saw him in a dugout before the game this afternoon. I said, hey, nice single last night. He had a big smile, knew exactly what Seitzer had been talking to him about.
He knew exactly what you were saying to him, huh? Shoot for singles.
He lays off that breaking ball. Jordan Baker said he went around. Tried to check his swing and went too far.
Hoover's got a nice late breaking slider, and that's given the hitters problems. You can see on that replay it looked like Juan went around.
Because he throws it in the mid-90s, the fastball, you got to commit to catch up with it, and that's when that slider becomes so effective.
And he throws so many strikes, you figure he's going to be around the plate.
There's the slider for the strikeout. 5 strikeouts now for Kluber.
Save during the Lawn and Garden Expert Sale only at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Adam Lind at second base with the 1-out double. Nice job by Jan Gomes, shifting to his right and getting in front of that ball in there. Fastball. Ball on the strike. Laurie with 23 RBI. He's hit .419 with runners in scoring position. And a terrific job of cashing in base runners.
29 hits, 23 RBIs. one of the best ratios in all of baseball. Yeah, RBIs to hit ratios. Coming into this series, 5th best.
Good take. Close pitch, 3-1. Josh Tolle is on deck.
This is where he gets dangerous right here, where he can look for that one pitch, and he has really hit the ball on the inner half hard this year.
Well, with that in mind, Kluber throws a nasty pitch down and away. Foul back. 95 with movement. That's tough.
He doesn't look intimidating on the mound. Not 6'6" like Roy Halladay.
Yeah, you and I are 300 feet away. It's not intimidating up there.
But you know how Halladay stood on that mound? He looked like a giant.
Off the end of the bat, foul at home. If you're just joining us, Dustin McGowan was the starter for the Blue Jays, and he had a 1-2-3 first inning, but then the Indians scored a run in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. He went 4 plus 3 batters, gave up a 2-run home run to Carlos Santana. 4 earned runs allowed on 9 hits for Dustin McGowan, the starter. Another 3-2 pitch to Laurie. There's a drive to center field. That's going to get down and go past Michael Bourne all the way to the wall. Lind is in to score. The Blue Jays are on the board, and just like that, a couple of hits in the inning, it's a 4-1 Indians lead.
Well, it's a quick strike offense. They've got a lot of extra bases in those bats at the plate. That's 26 consecutive games now the Blue Jays have hit an extra base hit. Brett Laurie gets this one right down the middle. He's so strong, it's so quick with those wrists. Gets the ball by Bourne and drives in another run on another hit.
That was a good at bat. Found off some tough pitches and works Kluber for the RBI double. Josh Tolle. Blue Jays, they got thunder up and down the batting order. They just needed to break through against Corey Kluber. Lynn got it started. Laurie cashed in with 2 outs. Upstairs, Don Gomes not wasting any time, going out to have a chat with his pitcher. Kluber started on Saturday, April 19th against Mark Burley in the Blue Jays. He went 6 2/3. He was charged with 5 runs, 4 earned runs. He gave up 9 hits. Blue Jays got 2 in the first and 1 in the second, and they were off and sailing, and Burley shut out the Indians. Fouls it off.
Justin Masterson started last night's game just like this, hot. First 3 innings, Blue Jays went 1, 2, 3 in each one of those innings, and then they waited for him to lose it. Start elevating the ball a little bit in the strike zone, and that's when they took advantage of him.
Reyes had a leadoff triple in the fourth, and Cabrera cashed that in with a sac fly. Tolle fouls it into the glove of Yan Gomes.
With Masterson, those first 3 innings, it looked like they were going to get a hit. Same thing with Kluber here tonight.
Seems as though the Blue Jays the last couple of nights just been gathering information. Okay, that's good. And you got to tip your cap to Kluber the first 4 innings. He was perfect. Totally had a hittable pitch, a breaking ball up around the letters.
And finally, the ball was up.
It's the same thing that happened to Masterson last night. That ball worked up in the zone, and the Blue Jays caught up to him. The Indians have out-hit the Jays 10-2. Harry Francona recognizes that this Blue Jays lineup can come back at you quickly. Full count. Kevin Pillar grounded out to end the 3rd. Laurie with an RBI double at second base. He's picked up 24 ribbies now. Ball 4. Another good at bat for Tolley. It's the first walk issued by Corey Kluber. Mickey Callaway, in his 2nd season as the pitching coach, had Kluber in the minor leagues, and he's the one that made the recommendation to start throwing that 2-seamer. He was the pitching coordinator.
And it took off. I mean, he taught him that 2-seamer, said, try it. Started working with it, and it's really taken him to the next level. It really has. He maintains his velocity into the ball game. You get that thing going one way and then bend it back the other way. Tough to hit it.
Kluber was originally drafted and signed with the San Diego Padres. He came to Cleveland in a July trade deadline 3-way deal in 2010. Jake Westbrook went from Cleveland to St. Louis. Bounced up the third baseline foul. Kevin Pillar was off to a good start in AAA. Blue Jays probably called him up before they really wanted to because of the leg injury to Colby Erasmus.
Yeah, the natural call-up would have been Anthony Gose, but he had to spend 10 days down in AAA.
Erasmus's day-to-day, he wasn't disabled.
Gose's 10 days were not up yet. I think they were on day 9 yesterday.
Pillar was hitting .305 at the time of his promotion. Had 17 extra base hits in 34 games. Slider, and Pillar chases it outside. That strikeout ends the inning. Blue Jays get on the board. It's a 4-1 Cleveland lead, and here comes the Home Hardware cleanup crew. Brought to you by Natura, Home Hardware's exclusive line of safe, environmentally friendly cleaning products. We move to the top of the 6th inning. Michael Bourne once again. Seems like he comes up every inning. This is his 4th plate appearance tonight. He's 1 for 3. He singled and struck out twice. Esmil Rogers throws a strike. Michael Brantley, we've been informed, left the ball game with lower back tightness, and Nigel Morgan came in the ball game as a defensive replacement. Now it looks like something's wrong with Morgan. Looks like the trainer and Terry Francona are checking with Nigel Morgan. I spoke to Morgan during BP and seemed to be fine.
I think something might have happened on that base hit by Adam Lind. He went after it, stumbled a little bit, fell down.
Morin pokes this one into the seats down the left side. Nigel Morgan has a concerned look on his face in that dugout. And Terry Francona, they've already removed Michael Brantley with an injury, and now it looks like he's going down the tunnel. He is the 3rd scheduled batter in this inning. He's in the 3rd spot where Brantley started. Jose Ramirez loosening up. It appears as though that Morgan might be out of the game as well.
I think he might have done something right there.
He didn't show any signs when he got back up on his feet, but all the indications are that he's coming out of the game. Two-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Jason Giambi's on a disabled list, same for Jason Kipnis. They are playing without a couple of their regulars. Giambi's getting close again.
Yeah, I think Terry Francona was saying today the 19th he's eligible, so he's around the club and working out. It's a good pitch right there.
Yes, it is. Remember that Michael Bourne was called out back in the 4th inning, and he and Jerry Meals had an extended discussion about that. That looked like strike 3 there. Bourne not taking any chances. Swung at that close pitch inside. Another 3-2 pitch. Chased a bad one. He strikes out. Bourne has struck out 3 times tonight. Looking for more highlights? Catch Blue Jays in 60 seconds for the biggest at-bats in every game-changing play. Blue Jays in 60 seconds after every game, only on Sportsnet.ca. Jose Ramirez has come out on deck. Appears to be ready to pinch hit for Nigel Morgan. Rick Swisher with a good rip. Michael Brantley was removed with lower back tightness. Nigel Morgan took over defensively in left field. Now he will be lifted for the pinch hitter. Changeup bounced on the plate. The Blue Jays have been held to just 2 hits, so it doesn't feel like a 3-run deficit.
No, not at all.
Feels like they're down by 6 or 7. That's not the case.
Esmil Rogers' job right now is to keep it at a 3-run game. Give the offense a chance to catch up and win this ball game. The way Kluber started, it feels like it was like a 6 or 7 run game, and he was totally dominating.
The Pitch Tracker is brought to you by Acer, official partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Esmil Rogers with a 2-2 count on Nick Swisher. Swisher is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Three and 2. Swisher is 0 for 3, grounded out in the 4th. Jose Ramirez is a switch-hitting infielder. He's just 21 years old. They're going to have to do some shuffling on defense. Swisher stays alive.
Well, they got the one guy in their lineup that can, I think, play anywhere on this field, except maybe catcher Mike Aviles. If they want Ramirez to stay in the game and play second base, they can put Aviles in the outfield.
Aviles is a very valuable player. He can play shortstop. Came up as a shortstop. He can play all the infield positions. Close, but Swisher will take ball 4. Rogers thought it was strike 3, and now Jerry Meals is keeping a close eye on Rogers. Josh Tolley went out to intervene quickly.
Yeah, and calm down his pitcher also. He wanted this one. Slider. Walking off the mound. That's twice he's walked off the mound there, thinking that he got strike 3. And anytime the umpire takes off his mask like that, you know he's listening to you.
That's not a good sign. You don't want the umpire to take his mask off. First thing he does when he takes his mask off is say, "What'd you say?" Swisher at first. Jose Ramirez pinch hitting for Niger Morgan, who left with an apparent injury. As we find out more about that, we'll bring you up to speed. Ramirez is just 21 years old. He is 1 for 14 so far, and that is well off the plate inside. Ramirez, like Rogers, is from the Dominican Republic. Signed as a non-drafted free agent in November of 2009. That pops out of the glove, but Swisher can't advance. Fly ball to left. Cabrera backing up a few steps. Swisher is halfway. 2 down. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. I guess he's just trying to prove they made a mistake.
That was a long time ago. and he's still proving it. Yeah, they made a mistake.
Corey Kluber with a 4-1 lead. He's allowed just 2 hits to the Blue Jays. Carlos Santana is the cleanup man. He's had a big night at the plate. His 2-run home run in the 5th gave Kluber some breathing room. Just a matter of time before he gets his stroke down. We mentioned he came into this ballgame batting 152.
And Terry Francona showed a lot of confidence in Santana, keeping him in that cleanup spot, even though he's hitting $152. He knows it's just a matter of time before he breaks loose.
Don't you think that's the role of a manager? Santana was the starting catcher. Now you take his catching position away from him. You ask him to play third. And the last thing you want to do is bump him out of the cleanup spot.
That's a great point. And I think that's why players love playing for Terry Francona. Nick Swisher said it to us yesterday. He's got everybody's back, is what he said to us.
He said, "You look in the eye, I believe in you. I trust in you. Go out and play. Have some fun." Swisher likes the makeup of this team. They have several of their core players signed for multi-years, including their catcher, Yan Gomes.
It's a very tight-knit team, a team that won last year. And you'll get that. When you have a winning team, everybody gets along.
That's the age-old argument.
Which one comes first?
Success or confidence?
Well, you have to have players to win, I think. And you have to have a good manager. Cleveland has both.
Full count. Swisher at first will be off on the pitch. There he goes. Foul back. The late Bobby Maddock always used to have that argument, and he would ask all of his baseball people, what comes first, success or confidence? And it's a real difficult question. You know, most players are confident in their own ability. But you get to the major league level and everybody has doubts, especially when you're coming together as a team.
You know, I've never seen or witnessed a successful baseball player who wasn't confident.
To the verge of being cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I think that's great. You have to believe in yourself because baseball's such a game of failure. You're going to fail so many times, and you play day in and day out. You better be confident in yourself.
Another full count pitch. Strike 3 called. Santana called out on strikes. A couple of strikeouts in the 6th for Esmil Rogers. Blue Jays are down by 3. Top of the order once again to face Kluber. MLB.com at Bat is the official app of Major League Baseball. Listen to live audio, follow games pitch by pitch, and enjoy in-game video highlights. The app is available on the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android, and BlackBerry. Season-long subscription packages are available. Visit BlueJays.com for more details and sign up today for MLB at Bat. Jose Ramirez came on as a pinch hitter for Nigel Morgan. He takes over defensively at second base. With that, the starting second baseman goes from second to left field. That's Mike Aviles. Aviles has started in left field this season, so he is a super utility guy that will move out to left field. Time for the Blue Jays to kick it in. This might be the last time these guys get to hit. Top of the order, Reyes, then Cabrera and Bautista. This is lifted in the air, and Santana's going to run out of room. Esmir Rogers questioned the umpire on that ball 4, and he went in to apologize to him. It was a close pitch. He reacted as if he expected it to be strike 3, and then after the inning, he made sure that Jerry Meals knew that he apologized to him. One and two to Reyes. Boy, that's a nasty slider. Down and in. Another strikeout. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership.
I did not realize how good his breaking ball is. Corey Kluber. He didn't have that when the Blue Jays faced him back in Cleveland. He didn't have the kind of command that we have seen tonight either.
No. And that start he made against the Blue Jays, he was on 5 days rest. This is his 5th start in a row pitching on 4 days rest. And he has had 5 good starts.
Get into a routine. You know, the thing about him, he had 11 strikeout game, 9 innings, 101 pitches. That 13 strikeout game took him 110 pitches, pitched 8 innings. Last time out, 9 strikeouts, 100 pitches into the 7th inning. Sometimes you see those guys who are flamethrowers and they pile up the strikeouts and it gets them only into the 5th or 6th inning.
Wow, and you can see he's got a very clean delivery. He's very quiet, not a lot of moving parts. He's pared down his delivery, and everything is focused at going right to that strike zone. There's a base hit for Melky Cabrera. You can't keep him down all night long. Boy, that was a pretty stroke on the breaking ball.
He's hit 3 balls hard tonight. This is the first one that found some grass into the outfield. Watch how quiet he is. He just uses his hands. Breaking ball up. He knows, no stride. Just use your hands.
Melky had a 200-hit season playing for the Royals in 2011. That's the benchmark for good hitters. 200-hit seasons. Jose Bautista is a good hitter. He has grounded out twice. Had a good rip at that pitch.
One of the few pitches up in the strike zone tonight. With this offense, you're never out.
No.
Even though you've been out hit 10-3, they've left 9 runners on base. The Indians, Blue Jays feel like they're still in it.
Ball stayed inside, and Bautista had the kind of cut you want when you get that high breaking ball.
He's thinking about driving in 2 runs with this swing right here. So quick.
High pop-up down the right side. Long run for everybody. Ramirez, Swisher, they can't make the play. Bautista's got life.
That was Ramirez's ball right there. Nick Swisher is holding the runner on. There's no way he was going to get to it. Ramirez had the better angle at it, and he just peeled off at the last second right here. He should have taken control right there and run Nick Swisher off and then made that play by himself.
Jose Abreu atop the leaderboard in the American League. Bautista, Cruz, Pujols all tied with 10. 0-2 to Bautista. Drive to center field. This is going to get over Michael Bourne's head. Up against the wall. Cabrera's being waved around third. They throw and there'll be no throw home. Bautista has made it a 2-run game.
You give a good hitter an extra swing and he's going to get you. Ball was up one more time from Corey Kluber. And Bautista does everything else. That's a spinning slider right there. That didn't have the depth or the break, but it's up. And you give Jose an extra swing, he's going to do this. Lines it over his head for another RBI.
So Bautista will make the bullpen go to work for the Indians. That was a beautiful 2-strike swing. We look at the franchise OPS leaders. Carlos Delgado at 949. Bautista right behind him. Fred McGriff, the best sluggers in franchise history.
I'll tell you, the Toronto Blue Jays have had some big-time sluggers in their history. McGriff, Bautista, Delgado, Joe Carter, George Bell. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sean Green and John Olerud. From start to finish in this organization, they've always had sluggers in the middle of that lineup.
And they had a young Cecil Fielder early in his career. Turned into a 50 home run hitter with the Tigers. Edwin Encarnacion. The Blue Jays have hit 21 home runs from the 7th inning on, the most in baseball. Don Gomes has room, makes the catch. Encarnacion is out. He got a pitch up in the zone.
Yeah, this is just like last night's game for the Indians and their pitchers. Edwin knew that he should have hit that one.
Good hitters get a couple pitches a game to hit, and Edwin felt like he had a pitch to hit right there. Adam Lynn got things going for the Jays. He got the first hit. He was the first base runner to reach against Corey Kluber. That came with 1 out in the 5th. Hit an opposite field double and then scored on Brett Lawrie's double. Bautista at second. Aviles just moved from second to left. He stayed with it. Lynn flies out to left field. He made a bid for a game-tying home run. It falls about 3 feet short. Issued, you get unlimited access to over 100 of the world's best magazines on your tablet. Baseball fans sign up at nextissue.ca/baseball and get an extended 60-day free trial. Esmail Rogers is out of the ball game. Marcus Stroman comes on to start the 7th, making his 5th appearance of the season.
Marcus worked 3 days ago and he had his worst outing as a Blue Jay. First 3 very good, that one not very good. Inning in 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs. He's got great stuff. Good fastball, nice little slider that he will use. Still hasn't walked a batter yet. He's got very good command.
Asdrubal Cabrera, the number 5 hitter, was after the first pitch. Esmail Rogers did his job, and he was able to keep things in check. Came in the game with nobody out in the 5th, and didn't allow a run. There's a pop down the left side. Long run for Melky Cabrera. It's a fair ball. Cabrera, Asdrubal checks into second with a pop double to start the 7th. Second hit of the night for the Indians shortstop.
Blue Jays really play Asdrubal Cabrera to pull. Look at that. They got 3 infielders on the right side and Melky in the gap in left center field. He crosses them all up. Throws that one down the left field line for extra bases.
You can't guard against the flares, and that's what that was. Flared on that. David Murphy has a couple of more hits and an RBI single in the 2nd. He drove in the first run of the ball game, and then doubled and scored, and the leadoff double in the 4th. Downstairs.
Murphy's looking for something that he can hook over to the right side. Get that runner over to third base. They have stayed away from him.
Well, he chased a pitch he didn't want to. Pitch number 4 down and away, and he took a half-hearted swing at it. Indians getting their first look at Marcus Stroman. There's that ball he pulls past Laurie into center field. Bautista comes up, and he won't have it thrown. Asdrubal Cabrera comes in to score, and just like that, the Indians get back the Blue Jays run. They scored in the bottom of the 6th.
That's a professional hitter right there, David Murphy. He knows he's got to get the barrel out in front. It's not how hard you hit it, it's where you're going to try and hit it. It looked like another pitch that was spinning away from him. Watch how he just goes out there and just pulls it. Get the barrel head, hook the ball to the right side, and he's rewarded with a base hit.
That base hit is a result of him thinking about his team. Wanted to get that runner over, take advantage of that leadoff double, and he ends up with a 3-hit night. We saw Gomes do that earlier in the ball game, trying to advance the runner. He got a base hit. He was rewarded. The Indians now have 5 runs on 12 hits, and they've not hit a home run. Excuse me, they did hit a home run. Carlos Santana hit the 2-run home run. This could be 2. Francisco to second for 1, back to first, not in time. Both Francisco and Laurie made good plays on this ball. It wasn't a tailor-made double play ball, but Francisco took the short hop and then loaded in a hurry, made a strong throw to second.
Brick came across the bag, charged the ball, which he does. Catch it on the short hop. It makes a good strong throw. Laurie across the bag right there and throws off his back foot. It almost gets him at first base. They both have good arms, you know.
We're just learning that about Francisco. He's got a very strong arm at third.
Brett's got an outstanding arm for the position he's playing tonight, second base. Whenever he plays there, he can turn those in-between hops like that into double plays with that good arm.
The DH Lonnie Chisenhall is 3 for 3. Now he's going to get another hit. How about a 4-hit night for Chisenhall? Rogers customers can watch the Blue Jays on Sportsnet live on your smartphone. Visit RogersNAPlaceTV.com/sports to get started. Pete Walker quickly out of the Blue Jays dugout to talk to young Marcus Stroman. The Indians stormed right back with a run here in this inning, and they are threatening again.
They have had runners on every inning but the first. Already left 9 runners on base.
Mike Aviles takes the first pitch. Base hit up the middle. Coming around third is Gomes. Here's the throw from Pilar. It'll be cut off. Gomes scores. Aviles with his first hit. Stroman having another tough inning here tonight.
Ball's elevated. Looked like a slider, and you can see it didn't do a whole lot. Of Mike Aviles, good high ball hitter. Sends it right back where it came from. 14 hits now by the Indians.
Lonnie Chisenhall with 4 hits for the second time this season. Michael Bourne takes a strike. Bourne is 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Look like the same pitch. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Cleveland has held the lead all night long. He scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and took a 4-0 lead in the 5th. Bourne strikes out for the 4th time. Oh, excuse me, that's strike 2. 2-2 now to Michael Bourne, the leadoff hitter. Bouncing ball. Reyes waits near second, steps on the bag, goes to first. Nice double play. Reyes stayed close to the bag, so the ball came to him. Then he stepped on second for 1, went to first to end the inning. Juan Francisco and Brett Laurie. They've combined to hit 13 home runs, and Blue Jays need some offense here in the 7th. Take a look at Juan Francisco's home run by pitch types.
Really has great plate coverage out over the plate. Any pitch out there tends to hit it hard versus right-handed pitchers coming into the series. 12 for 24 on pitches middle away from him, so he can handle that. He's hitting .364 against the changeup, .302 against the fastball. His kryptonite has been the breaking ball. He's had trouble with the breaking ball, and Kluber's got him a couple of times tonight with the breaking ball. A couple of strikeouts.
That slider that Kluber starts inside the left-handed hitters, they have a tendency to swing over the top of it. Brett Laurie has an RBI double tonight. He'll be next. Blue Jays down by 4. Cleveland regained that 4-run lead. Francisco will strike out. 2 more strikeouts tonight. He now has 31.
You know what? I'll trade some power for some strikeouts. He's got a great batting average right now. He's only at 77 at bats, but he's hitting .286.
And you know his on-base percentage coming in this game is .386. Very respectable.
Yes.
And you just can't find this kind of power walking down the street.
No, it doesn't grow on trees. Power and speed, that's what you're looking for in baseball.
Played off that borderline pitch. Now it's a full count. Blue Jays need some base runners. You can see Kluber hasn't had that good finish on his breaking ball the way he did early in the game, and with that you got the left-hander Josh Outman, the right-hander Scott Atchison.
Yeah, that slider was making a quick left-hand turn early in the game.
There he gets one in there for a called strike. 3 strikeouts for Francisco, 1 out. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Thank you, Jamie. David Ortiz is 3 for 3. His average up to .309. He's got 11 home runs now. And Ortiz with 2 RBIs has driven in 25. So his numbers are starting to come around.
Did he say he had 2 home runs last night and 2 more tonight?
He's got 11 now.
And where do we go after Texas?
Boston.
Okay. Note to self. Ortiz is hot.
Brett Laurie has gone 1 for 2. Tried to go up higher than that and kind of missed their spot. They threw a strike and didn't want to.
Yeah, all of those balls are clustered in the middle of the strike zone. He can try and go out of the strike zone now for the strikeout.
Up or down.
Yep, doesn't have to paint.
Bounce the slider. A little more depth to that breaking ball. 2 strikeouts. That's 9 in the game for Corey Kluber. The Blue Jays Honda Super Camps are presented by Baseball Canada and Little League Canada. In Victoria, BC, July 2nd and 3rd at Royal Athletic Park. The instructors include Roberto Alomar, Devon White, Lloyd Mosby, Brian McRae, and Dwayne Ward. Visit BlueJays.com/Baseball Academy for more information. Toronto Blue Jays are proud supporters of amateur baseball across Canada. Josh Thole has struck out and walked. Thole is starting tonight. McGowan was the starter in the game. It wasn't R.A. Dickey, but Deanna Navarro is away from the ball club for a few days. There's a bouncing ball, big hop for Swisher. He'll go to the back. Quick inning for Kluber in the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. The Indians have a 6-2 lead. Broadcast auction is coming up tomorrow. Lots of unique once-in-a-lifetime experiences up for bid. Trips, special access, and lessons with the pros. The Sportsnet charity broadcast auction tomorrow night right here on Sportsnet. Proceeds supporting the Jays Care Foundation.
What's up with all the Hab jerseys we're showing? Why are we doing that?
Well, I think they just dispatched the Bruins. And our director makes sure that we saw a lot of those Hab shirts. Great time of the year for hockey fans, and obviously you can see it's official now. So the Habs will advance. It's Swisher behind 0-2. Marcus Stroman gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in his first inning of work. Dustin McGowan started. He went 4 innings plus 3 batters. And he gave up 4 earned runs on 9 hits. Esmir Rogers pitched 2 innings. Didn't allow a run. Stroman has allowed 2 runs. Swisher lays off that breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Blue Jays were asking for him to check. And Swisher pointed, said, "Go ahead, check. I know I didn't go around." He loves playing baseball.
He's got a good eye. He's always among the leaders in walks. He will get on base. He understands that this lineup has to work the pitcher. And they've worked the Blue Jays tonight. They have 14 hits. That's one off their season high.
Did that against Minnesota twice. And a good start here again in the 8th. Another leadoff walk.
Neil Wagner starting to loosen up. Wagner was just recalled from AAA Buffalo. Bouncing ball. Laurie goes to second for one. They'll get the lead runner and nothing more. Drive of the Game is brought to you by the 2014 Honda CR-V. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Carlos Santana came into this ball game with 4 home runs. This is number 5. Really a no-doubter in the second deck in right center field. Fastball out over the plate, wound up and homered for the second time against the Blue Jays this year. You know, it's those little deals that you don't have the national headlines. They got this guy from the Dodgers in a minor deal that people weren't really thinking of. I think it was Casey Blake that went to the Dodgers. They said, well, give us that Double-A guy you have. And he's turned into a pretty good player.
July of 2008. Santana was kind of super utility guy. Really just started his catching career. He played the infield for a while. But Casey Blake was a veteran. The Dodgers were in a pennant race, and they needed a veteran right-handed batter.
Nobody ever heard of Carlos Santana at the time. He goes over to the minor league system and polishes himself off, and here he is in the big leagues. You mentioned Corey Kluber came over in a 3-team trade from San Diego here.
Yeah, and those are the trades, and we're going to see the Texas Rangers starting on Friday night, and they've done a terrific job of identifying talent. Elvis Andrus was an A-ball when they made the trade and gave up Mark Teixeira, picked up Neftali Feliz, Saltamaka, Harrison, and Elvis Andrus. I think they got 5 players in that trade. Mark Teixeira and Ron Mayhew went to Atlanta. Yep. And they had to trade Teixeira, who was going to be a free agent.
Yeah, and made it known, and they restocked their farm system. Just never know about those minor leaguers. If you do your homework and your scouts do their job, you can identify the good players in other teams' organizations. You ask for them. Next thing you know, they're on your big league roster.
Neftali Feliz and Andrus have become all-stars.
Saltamaka has played on a World Series championship team.
Bouncing ball. Lynn goes to second, and that ball is dropped. Francisco never had the ball in his glove. He went to reach for it and came right out of his glove. And that is a rule that they've adjusted a couple of times because of the replay, but Francisco never had control of the ball.
Yeah, you have to have control of it. Catch it, be on the bag, be reaching in to get the ball. And if you drop it, they'll call him out. But he never caught the ball. And then makes a good throw to him.
Yeah, he never had control. He'll be charged with an error for dropping that ball at second base. It's a fielder's choice for Santana, and error on Francisco. Asdrubal Cabrera, the switch hitting shortstop, has a couple of hits tonight. He has 3 hits. This is down in front of Bautista. They're waving the runner around, and the throw comes in. And just kind of missed Laurie. Goes all the way into third base. They didn't have a play on the runner coming around. Fernandez scores from second base. That's the 15th hit for the Indians. That ties their season high. And John Gibbons has made the call to the bullpen. Marcus Stroman. Another tough outing here tonight. Neil Wagner will come on. Just 1 out here in the 8th. Rough night for young Marcus Stroman. He has given up 3 runs so far. The runners on base are his responsibility. Neil Wagner, just recalled for a second time from AAA Buffalo, will try to save these runs on base.
Last pitch 3 days ago in Buffalo. Good fastball. And a slider and a split.
David Murphy drills this to the alley in left field. Santana's around. He's going to score. Asdrubal Cabrera's being waved around. He's going to score. And another big night for David Murphy. His 4th hit of the night. Murphy loves hitting in this ballpark, and the Indians have set a new season high with 16 hits.
2 singles and 2 doubles. Hits him all over the ballpark. He wasn't waiting around. First pitch, fastball. And Murphy all over that one. Another 4-hit night. We've already had Lonnie Chisenhall with a 4-hit night. Here's the second one, David Murphy.
Yan Gomes has 1 hit tonight. High fly ball into right field. Bautista over near the line makes the catch. Murphy didn't tag at second. So Lonnie Chisenhall, his second 4-hit night of the season. David Murphy, he too has collected 4 hits for a second time this season.
Never had a 5-hit game, Lonnie.
First pitch fastball for a strike at 96. Murphy has tied his season high in RBIs with 4 tonight. Chisnall can swing the bat.
Yeah. Former #1 pick and got up here and was going to be their everyday third baseman, but there were some bumps in the road for him as he makes the transition from AAA to the big leagues. Happens to a lot of players. It's a big jump from AAA to the big leagues, and you just have to get your feet wet and understand what they're trying to do to you.
Chisnall hit .225 last year. He had 289 at bats, hit 11 homers and 36 RBIs. Chisnall, with 4 hits tonight, is batting .358. He came in with a .325 batting average. 2-2. There's a drive to center field. Pilar is back. He'll get there and makes a nice running catch. Chisnall made a bid for his 5th hit. The Indians add 3. They leave 9-2. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zorn. Lead. They got off to a slow start, came into this ball game 18-21, but you can see starting pitching starting to come around, and the bats are certainly starting to come alive.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be a force by the end of the season in the American League Central. That one's up for grabs. The Tigers have jumped out right now. The Indians can hit. They really hit their way into the playoffs last year. They pitched their way into the playoffs. They get Salazar going, and we're going to see him tomorrow. And you've got Masterson at the top and Corey Kluber. They've got enough starting pitching and a deep enough bullpen to make some noise in the Central.
We're going to get a look at that bullpen here. Brian Shaw makes his 21st appearance after Corey Kluber had a strong outing. Corey Kluber's been good over his last 5 starts.
Here's another one of those pitchers that we were talking about that were, I don't want to call them throw-ins, but they were guys that nobody heard of, but they came over in a trade. He came over in the Sin-Shu Chu trade. He was a #2 draft pick by the Diamondbacks. Came in, and he's done a great job for this bullpen. Can't throw a ball straight.
Brian Shaw with a 1.45 ERA is 8th in the American League in relief ERA. The Indians bullpen collectively has a 3.04 earned run average. Kevin Pillar fouls it back. Corey Kluber, Blue Jays beat him early in the season, but not the case tonight. He was perfect through 4 innings. Adam Lynn got the first hit. He finishes up with 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and walk at 9 strikeouts. Villar pops this one up. Jose Ramirez makes the catch. Corey Kluber established his fastball, and that set up his night.
Yeah, he had great movement, a good slider shot. He's had a 13 strikeout game, an 11 strikeout game, an 8, and now 2 9-strikeout game. Good sinker, good slider, and he kept everything down all night. Good breaking ball from Kluber, so 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. That gives him now 66 on the season.
Gives the Indians 354. And if they continue that pace, it'll be a franchise record. They're tied for second in the majors with the Washington Nationals. Only the Dodgers have more strikeouts. But you can see with Masterson and Kluber, Salazar's a strikeout pitcher. They've got a lot of punch outs in that rotation.
Yeah, we get to see Salazar tomorrow.
They have a guy, there's Salazar on the bench. They have a guy down in the minor leagues that's throwing the ball really well right now. That's Trevor Bauer. There's a ball hit to the alley. Reyes will have another extra base hit. He will stop at second, given the fact the Blue Jays are down by 7. You look at the Indians and where they stack up in the division, you've really got to look at the Tigers with their great pitching staff. Aníbal Sanchez is due back this week to take his spot in the rotation.
Yeah, if you just look at the pitching staffs, they stand out. Heads above everybody else in the Central. They can run a guy out there every single night to start a game for him to help him win.
How about all the criticism? How in the world can you trade Doug Fister? And then Porcello steps up and he's got 6 wins.
Because they had Drew Smiley coming out of their farm system and coming out of the bullpen.
Scherzer leads the American League. He's tied with Mark Burley with a 204 earned run average. Justin Verlander is 10th, 267. But they've been waiting on Porcello. I mean, he's just still a kid.
Yeah.
And he's got tremendous stuff. He's in a great pitching atmosphere. You get around Verlander and Scherzer, it makes you want to excel. And Aníbal Sanchez is no slouch.
Yeah, he's right there. Did we say they could hit too? They only lead the American League in hitting.
Melky Cabrera bounces it to Swisher. Cabrera's retired, 2 down. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Kansas City is the big disappointing ball club. Everybody expected they would take the next step and become a contending ball club, but they're not hitting a lick.
That's their problem. They can pitch it. They can catch it. Can't hit. They don't hit any home runs. I think they have like 16 on the season.
Kansas City offense really struggling. As we speak, they have 18 home runs.
18. They must have hit 2 last night.
For comparison's sake, the Blue Jays have 53. Jose Bautista has 10 of those 53 and an RBI double in the 6th. And a great at bat against Kluber. We got a breaking ball away and drilled it over the center fielder's head.
Look at that. He can't throw a ball straight. Tough to get the ball in the air against Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw is just 26 years old. You mentioned he came from Arizona. He was a 2nd-round pick in 2008 by the Diamondbacks. Much bigger breaking ball there. You know, it takes quite a group of general managers and scouts to pull off a 3-team trade the way Cleveland, Arizona, and Cincinnati did. There was a lot of talent that shifted in that trade. Bouncing ball. Bautista hustling up the line. Cabrera throws him out. Shaw has a good inning. They'll go to the ninth. It's all Cleveland. 9-2. Combo will be tomorrow when the Blue Jays wrap up this 3-game series with the Cleveland Indians. Game time is 7:07 p.m. The combo includes one drink, one ticket to the game, hot dog, nachos, popcorn, peanuts, an apple, and a soft drink. Tickets start at $39. Call the Blue Jays today at 416-341-1234 or log online at BlueJays.com and order your tickets for tomorrow night's Blue Jays Grand Slam Combo. Mike Aviles started at second base. He moved out to left field after Niger Morgan left with an apparent injury in the 7th inning. Blue Jays bullpen was a little bit thin tonight. Steve Delabar threw 25 pitches on Monday after pitching on Sunday, so he had back-to-back outings. Casey Jansen had pitched in back-to-back games. He wasn't going to be available even if there was a save on line. Fred Cecil threw 17 pitches last night. Mike Aviles rips one down the left field line. Melky Cabrera plays it off the wall. Here's the throw to second. Right on the money, but late. Aviles has his 5th double of the season.
17 hits now for the Indians. They had one 1-2-3 inning. That was the first. 7 batters to the plate last inning, and a good start here again in the 9th. Yeah, Aaron Luke pitched in last night's game also. You mentioned Cecil. We have not seen Todd Redmond, but I think John Gibbons is thinking, you need your long man maybe next game.
Jay Happ starts tomorrow night, and of course he hasn't been in the rotation all year long. You just don't know what you're going to get with Jay Happ. He's 1-1. So you got to keep that one long man in reserve, and that will be Todd Redmond. Bullpen should be fine tomorrow night. Tonight it was Rogers, Stroman, and Wagner. There's another drive. This is going to split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall. Michael Bourne is headed for second. Mike Aviles comes in to score. Bourne's not going to stop at second. He ends up at third with a stand-up triple. His 4th triple of the season.
High fastball. And he rips this one. He has batted now 6 times in 9 innings.
The Indians' leadoff hitters have reached 7 of 9 innings tonight. That's a tough combination.
Yeah.
And it's led to 10 runs. 10 runs on 18 hits. And Nick Swisher doesn't have a hit. Lost the grip on that bat.
He's been on base 3 times tonight. Doing his thing. He just hasn't gotten a base hit.
Swisher, coming into this game, his on-base percentage was just .301. He's always been a guy that'll work the count, get his walks, and set the table. Swisher went around. He didn't think so. One and two now. Nobody out. Michael Bourne is at third base and an RBI triple. Fisher stays alive. He fought that thing off. That was right in on his belt buckle.
97 mile an hour with that heater. Trying to get some kind of positive resolution here.
Right back to the mound. Heidner goes to first. Swisher's retired. It's the first out of the top half of the ninth. The Indians scored 3 runs in the 8th. That's their biggest inning tonight. They scored in the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th. Now 9th.
And this guy right here, Jose Ramirez, came in the 6th inning. This is 3rd at bat. Shows you how that's gone for the Blue Jays tonight.
Pinch hit for Niger Morgan, who took over defensively in left field. Michael Brantley, the starter, left. And there's a base hit for Ramirez. Bourne comes in to score. Ramirez has an RBI single. He's 1 for 3 after entering the game in the 6th inning. Not much a manager can do in this situation. He's telling the infield to play back. Don't hold on Ramirez at first. 1 out. Carlos Santana had a 2-run home run in the 5th. Pops this one up. Reyes out into shallow center. Makes a nice running catch. Reached for it and made the catch to retire Santana. Reyes was the only one that was going to make that play.
That was a heck of a play. Your back is to the infield. You can't worry about the center fielder because you can't look at it. You have to keep your eye on the ball, and he just reaches out and picks it out of the air. Heck of a play.
Second out of the inning. Asdrubal Cabrera has had 3 hits. He came into this game with 11 hits in his previous 6 games. He has 3 more hits tonight. He is 14 for 30 in his last 7 games.
They already have 2 hitters with 4 hit nights.
Two and 1, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. Cleveland took the lead in the second, and Corey Kluber, the starter, shut down the Blue Jays until the 5th, and Cleveland has never trailed. Three and 2, 2 outs. Ball 4. So Asdrubal Cabrera will take the walk. It comes with 2 outs. He's been on base 4 times tonight. David Murphy will come to the plate one more time. He's had a big night. He has 4 hits and 4 RBIs.
And the ball he hit the center field for an out. He scalded the center field. 5 times he has come up and he has hit the ball hard.
He's had 2 5-hit games in his career. The last time was September 20th, 2010, while he was with the Angels. That came against, or he was with the Rangers. Came against the Angels.
It just seems like it was against the Blue Jays. This guy is Superman when he faces Toronto.
There's his 5th hit. This is going to get down off the wall. Murphy will stop at first. Ramirez comes in to score. Murphy then advances on the throw. His 3rd career 5-hit game.
Just a short swing on a little breaking ball in the inner half. Just dropped the head of the bat on the ball. Do that, and you're going to come up with big hits. Look at that short swing. Pulls it off the wall in right field.
Pete Walker just trying to help Wagner get through this inning. Blue Jays don't want to get up another pitcher. Wagner's going to have to finish this inning. $12 runs on 20 hits for Cleveland. Yan Gomes, the catcher, has 1 hit. The way this lineup is hit tonight, that's a bad night.
1 for 5, 6 at bats. I just tried some well-placed fastballs right here. Just get through this inning right here. Don't overextend yourself. Just make good pitches with the fastball.
Missed with that slider. We mentioned Murphy, his 3rd career 5-hit game. It's also his 3rd career 3-double game. He's tied his career high with 5 RBIs. And he just absolutely wears out the Blue Jays. 1-2 to Gomes. Fouls it off Torrey's glove. Carlos Santana is the only home run the Indians have hit tonight. Hit a 2-run homer in the 5th, his 5th home run of the season. The 12 runs scored by Cleveland matches their season high. They've done that in 2 games earlier.
20 hits now. That's a season high for the Tribe.
Neil Wagner is the 3rd relief pitcher to work. Esmail Rogers went 2 good innings. And Marcus Stroman, now Neil Wagner. Stroman went an inning in the 3rd. He gave up 4 earned runs on 5 hits. The Indians, with runners in scoring position, have gone 11 for 24 tonight. Had 24 runners in scoring position.
24 bats with guys in scoring position. That's crazy.
They've stranded 11.
How about these long at bats also that we've seen from the Indians tonight?
Yeah, they've done it all night long.
We talked about that earlier, about getting quick at bats and finishing them off so they don't extend the at bats by fouling off. Look at all the pitches that Yan Gomes has seen in this at bat. 10.
The Blue Jays have thrown 204 pitches. The Indians have made him throw a lot of pitches tonight.
And that wears on you. Blue Jays in the midst of playing 20 straight days.
Three and two to Yan Gomes. Torrey couldn't hang on. He had it in his glove and couldn't hold on. There's a drive to right. Yan Gomes has just hit a 3-run home run. His 7th home run of the season.
What an at-bat for Gomes. He kept fouling off those tough pitches from Neil Wagner. Tough. He saw everything that he had. It looked like it was a 12-pitch at-bat by Yan Gomes. Saw the slider, saw the splitter, and then finally got a fastball out over the plate. And then put it in right field.
Looks like Steve Tylerson's going to finish up this game. Tough night for Neil Wagner. And instead of using another pitcher, Tylerson will come on to try to get the final out of the top of the ninth. 15-2 Cleveland. Lonnie Chisenhall has just doubled off of Steve Tylerson. That's his 5th hit of the night.
No secret. Throw it up there like batting practice. Hope they hit it at somebody.
A tough night for the Blue Jays. 15 runs for Cleveland. This should end the inning. Francisco calls for it, and the inning is over. Tylerson gives up a double. Blue Jays will bat in the bottom of the ninth. 15-2 Cleveland. West. It'll be connected on Ontario and Pacific. Samway Soccer, Vancouver and Toronto FC. More soccer coming up right after this ball game. It's connected on East and West. Soccer on Ontario and Pacific right after this ball game. Steve Tollison got the final out in the top half of the ninth. He gave up a double, then got Mike Aviles to pop up. Seventh position player to pitch for the Blue Jays. The last was Jeff Mathis, July 25th of 2012 against Oakland.
Carlos Carrasco into the ball game now for Cleveland to finish this one off. Last time we saw the innings, Carrasco was a starter. Lost that job. They pushed him into the bullpen. Blue Jays got him for 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings earlier this season back in Cleveland.
Eric Kratz will get an at-bat, pinch hitting for Edwin Encarnacion. Kratz just rejoined the Blue Jays. Gianna Navarro was placed on the bereavement list. He is away from the team, take care of some personal matters. Well, the only thing you can say about this one is, hey, we win tomorrow, we win the series.
That's the only way to look at it. Right here.
If you're the Blue Jays, you got to forget this one quickly. I don't care who you are, what your situation is. Coaching staff, this is a hard one to swallow. You just don't like to see your players struggle as they have tonight.
And your hands are tied, too. There's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot of moves that you can make in games like this.
One out now for a preview of what's coming up next on Connected. Here's Ken Reed and Ivanka Osmak. Thank you, Ivanka. That'll all be coming up right after this ball game on Connected. Ivanka Osmak will be here with us tomorrow as the hostess for the Blue Jays charity broadcast auction. Take place tomorrow night.
Always a lot of fun, isn't it?
She does a great job. Adam Lind rifles this one into left. Lind has 2 hits tonight. Lind is 2 for 4. The only Blue Jay with 2 hits. Jays have 6 in total. Cleveland has 22.
Blue Jays 4 doubles tonight and 2 singles. I think all the fans that have stuck around for this one should get free tickets to another game.
They're hanging in there.
Yeah, they are.
Francisco has struck out 3 times tonight. All 3 strikeouts came against Corey Kluber. Kluber was terrific. Had a perfect game through 4 innings. Retired 13 straight before Lynn got the first hit. Kluber went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, walked a batter, and struck out 9. Brian Shaw worked the 8th. He gave up a double.
Kluber came into this game hot over his last 5 games. His ERA was 2.5, so you knew And John Gibbons said that. He said runs are going to be at a premium tonight against this guy, so we got to hold him here. That didn't happen. Kluber was good.
Blue Jays scored a run in the bottom of the fifth. It was a 4-1 game. Blue Jays were well within striking distance there, but then the Indians kicked the door wide open in the seventh. There's a deep drive to right. This ball is carrying, and it's going to bounce one hop off the wall. Francisco will post into second. Lind is coming around third, and Juan Francisco picks up the RBI with the double. His fourth double. 17th RBI.
That'll make you feel good. Something positive heading into tomorrow night's game. Fastball out over the plate. And he hits it hard to right center field.
Brett Lawrie had an RBI double in the fifth. Bounces this ball to third. Santana takes his time. Laurie's retired. Hustled all the way down the line and was out by a half a stride. Blue Jays now with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Tomorrow night, the Blue Jays will wrap up this series. It's also the Blue Jays charity broadcast auction night. Wonka Osmack will be here at Rogers Center, serve as the hostess for the charity auction. Lots of great items up for bid, including trips, special access behind the scenes, tips from the pros, batting tips and pitching tips. And it all goes for a great cause, the Blue Jays Care Foundation. Tomorrow night.
It's always one of the best nights of the season.
Josh Tolle rips it past Santana. Francisco will come in to score. Tolle gets an RBI single.
Keep plugging away. Build for tomorrow night. Josh Tolle sends that one the other way. He'll pick up his 4th RBI of the season.
Yeah, you never want to give up at bats, and you might pick up something that'll serve you well down the road. So Tolle's aboard. He's 1 for 3 with that RBI. Kevin Pillar. Ground ball. This should do it. Ball game. So the Indians win the second game of this 3-game set. The rubber match tomorrow night, 15 for Cleveland. Coming right up on East and West, it's Ken Reed, Ivanka Osmack. That's Connected Soccer on Ontario and Pacific. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. Don't forget the Blue Jays charity broadcast auction.